Zel Boy Army, it's your boy Zelonius, and my spicy friend back here, Mr. Ainsley Harriet. Happy Valentine's Day. Here with another video, sending some love your way. You know what this channel's about by now if you've been watching the videos. We're here to help you improve, get more wins on weekend league, get a lot better at the game, and today's video is going to do the exact same. I appreciate all the support recently on the channel. You guys have been blowing it. It's been crazy, getting 1,000 views on plenty of the videos, lots of new subscribers. Appreciate it. Please like the videos if you enjoyed them, comment on them. Makes the channel do better, the videos do better, and we keep growing. I appreciate all the support. Today's video is about the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to include my tactics, player instructions, etc. But I'm going to talk about why it's so good, why it's the meta, like nearly every pro uses this at events. I don't enjoy the 4-2-3-1 necessarily, but for the last few FIFAs, it's arguably the best formation every year. Definitely is this year. I'm going to talk to you about why it's good, explain the different positions, what it does, why you should be using it, and how it can help you get more wins in weekend league. If you've not seen about it before, me, Jambu, that's West Ham's pro player, and the FIFA analyst, YouTuber, we're just doing a Patreon. It's called Underdog Gaming. If you check out the link in the description below, it's dedicated to give you more access to me, Jambu, the analyst, help you guys improve at FIFA. And yeah, there's lots of different packages on there, so please check it out. Anyway, enjoy the video. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through my team. I've not got the best team in the game, but obviously my team is very, very good. I'm not saying I expect many people to have teams like this, but I'm going to talk you through the team, the tactics, and explain what type of team you want to build in it, what the tactics should be, and why it's so good. Okay, so we'll start with the tactics side. I used to use drop back, but on the new patch, where shooting and dribbling's got quite a boost, I would recommend using balanced rather than drop back. I think drop back just invites a little bit too much pressure, gives them a little bit too much time on the ball to turn in the box and get a shot. Balanced allows you to press a bit more, but also doesn't mean that you're giving too much space around the box now the shooting's improved. I use overload ball side in games, so I don't even know if the width matters that much, because overload ball side I think turns the width down to 2. But at the moment I have 4 width. 4 depth. I don't want my depth to be too low. At one point on this game, you used 1 depth drop back because everyone was able to come back, including the striker. So even if you had 1 depth, you had your cabin striker on the edge of the box to stop the long shots. And long shots still aren't particularly great on the game. So I think I have 4 depth just to push the team out a bit. You could experiment with a bit lower, but I wouldn't go much higher than that. In terms of the attack, I want balanced. The only one I would use instead of balance would be sometimes fast build up if I'm on constant pressure chasing a game, so I can win the ball back quick and burst into the opponent's box, or maybe possession in a tactic if I was like 2 goals up and just trying to see out the game. Because possession, what it does is it allows you to, your players make safer runs and literally look to keep the ball. 5 width, sometimes experiment between 5 and 6. You get a lot of natural width in this formation. Anyway, you obviously have 2 fullbacks, but you have a Lam and a Ramu sit quite wide. I don't like too much width here, otherwise I feel a bit isolated in the middle. 6 players in box. You only have 1 natural striker, so I want my Lam, Ram, Cam and striker to all get into the box. We'll show you the instructions. Stay back while attacking on the fullbacks. If you lose and you want to stay in this formation, go to balanced. Cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, cover centre on the CDMs. You could put these guys to balanced attack if you have really good. Like if you have a Hullet, he'd be a bit wasted at CDM or a KDB. Stick them on balanced attack, they'll still defend a lot. I put the cams, or middle cam's not on comeback, but the middle cam does come back a lot. The reason I didn't put the middle cam on comeback is because a lot of the time the middle cam's stamina for some reason for the last few FIFAs, I don't know if it's a bug, but the middle cam's stamina always just drains really fast, so I don't want to make it even worse. But the outside cams come back on defense and get into the box. The middle cam's balanced because I want him just to float around the hole in the middle to make lots of chances. And then stay central, stay forward on the striker. I used to have getting behind, but what I found is on this game where a lot of people sit deep naturally and the game's very defensive, for some reason, even if their defence was like on the 10 yards out, if I'd get in behind, my striker would be trying to get in behind when they're so deep that if you go in behind, you'd be running off the pitch. You don't want that. I want mixed attack, so I want him. He'll still make the runs in behind sometimes if there's a lot of space. For the most part, he'll sit around the middle and manage to create some good chances. It's the type of players you want. Defenders, fullbacks, weak foot's nice, fast, strong, decent on the ball. You want someone with good stamina so they can ball up and down. Centre backs, at least I'd say mid-70s pace is ideal. Good strength, aggression, solid defending stats. Being good on the ball is useful. The CDMs, I'd like people who have decent defensive work rates, but if you've got like a Hullet or a KDB, I can live with that. I can live with a CDM who's got high media if it's a Hullet or KDB who's an absolute beast. The cut passing lanes is nice, so you want defensive mids with good defending stats. Decent pace, ability on the ball, very good physicals are nice at CDM. Like I say, if you can get the CDMs who can defend and attack like a Hullet, you're laughing. Shooting's very nice from CDM, gives you another threat to your attack. But I'm not stupid. I know these CDMs cost a lot of money. Your Lam and Ram, pace is very important at Lam and Ram, because what you're going to be doing in the 4-2-3-1 is you're going to be recycling possession, then with your fullbacks playing through balls down the line to pacey wingers. Your Cam, you want someone who's quick, strong. This is a very well-rounded position. Someone who can pass as well. Then the striker, out of any position in the team, this is where you want a 5-star weak foot the most. 5-star weak foot in this position is really useful because it allows you to get it to the striker and spin either way on the box and just makes you so unpredictable. In these 4 attacking positions, 5-star weak foot's insane to have, but again, I know a lot of those guys cost a lot of coins. So, we're going to explain why it's so meta and why it's so good. Starting with the back 4. The back 4, obviously there's a lot of formation with back 4, but the reason this back 4 is so solid is because they have the 2 CDMs protecting them. Okay, you could maybe play a 5-back, but in the 5-back you lose a lot of attacking options. 3-back you get a lot of attacking options, but in the 3-back formations you get burnt down the wings a lot, which isn't ideal. This formation there, you have a solid back 4, and then the 2 CDMs. There's not many formations like this in the game. The 2 CDMs protect them and recycle possession. So these 2 CDMs perform a shield, create a shield in front of your defense that makes it very hard to break you down. And the 2 CDMs are so close to the attacking midfielders that there's no gap. In a lot of the formations, like the 4-4-2, I really enjoy it, but there's just quite a big gap between the 2 centre mids and the 2 strikers. Whereas the Cam, CDMs, Lam, Ram, they all link together. There's 5 midfielders who all can keep the ball. This is one of the reasons this formation is so good. It is so good at keeping the ball. The Lam and Ram, they come back on defense, which helps protect your wings a lot, so you can't get done down the wings quite as much. But also, because you've got width, it means that more space gets opened up for your striker and Cam. But the Lam and Ram, they burn fullbacks down the line if you can time it right. Especially now a lot of people are using overload ball side. This formation's good for getting people caught out of position down the wings. You play through balls in behind them, and then from that position you can make cutbacks. Cutbacks are really good on this game. So the 4-2-3-1's great for cutbacks because you have effectively 2 wingers who still will sit centrally. Another reason the formation's so good, the Cam. A Cam for the last few years on FIFA has been so good because it just links everything up. It gives you a link to the striker, a link to your CDMs. I find formations that don't have a Cam a lot harder to use. The Cam is probably the most important position in this formation. You can argue the striker, but the Cam links everything together. So in this formation, if you was looking to put a lot of coins into 2 positions, it would be the Cam and the striker. I'm not going to say, oh, it's better because it has a striker, because every single formation in the game has a striker. But the striker in this formation gets a lot more space because he has 3 options to help him. There's not many formations that are very solid defensively that also have plenty of attacking options. And 4 attacking options is more than a lot of formations. This formation is meta because it is so balanced. There's not really a massive weakness with this formation. Whereas if I look at a lot of formations, we'll go through some of them. 3-5-2, you don't have fullbacks so you can get burnt down the line. 4-4-2, there's a big gap between the midfield and the striker. The 5-back formations, you don't really have any attacking options. The 4-3-3s, okay, your midfield's good, but for some reason in the 4-3-3s, the left and right winger sits so deep, no matter what instructions or tactics you do, that they become almost anonymous in the attack. The Lam and Ram don't do this. You get 4 attacking options. You have 6 players here who make it so much easier to recycle possession and keep the ball. This makes it really useful. You have a solid defence with a midfield that all come back. That's another thing. They made a nerf to 2-striker formations that you could. The 4-4-2 at one point this year was so good because you could put comeback on defence on your strikers and everyone would defend. Now strikers can't do that, so you can have everyone but the striker come back on defence. So it makes it even harder to break down. Everything about the 4-2-3-1 just makes it a balanced top formation in FIFA. I can't see this changing anytime soon in the next few FIFAs. It's just, it doesn't have a weakness across the board. If you've got any questions, any thoughts about this video, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Keep it spicy.